everyone, this is Lisa Raymond from Toastmasters, WeSERV Speakers, and what I'm going to cover today is the 3 series of information that's now part of our Pathways presentation. So if we go back to the Toastmasters FAQ page, and I'll make sure the link gets put in the description down below here, it talks about the 5 levels of our pathways and how they got modified, but the ones we need to pay attention to are 3, 4, 5. So level 3, we now are going to be introduced to the Successful Club series, and I will go over that here in just a minute. We get to do 1 of 4 presentations from this series, and to be clear, this series has, I believe, 11 projects within it. So as you're doing one of the 11 projects, keep in mind that level 3 only requires 1 of 4, and that is creating the best club environment, meeting roles and responsibilities, keeping the commitment, or going beyond our club. For level 4, we add a presentation from the Better Speaker series, and there are 10 of those in the download folder, which I will share those links with you also in the description. And 1 of the following presentations from, again, the Successful Club series, that is finding new members, closing the sale for membership, how to be a distinguished club, and the Toastmasters education program. When you get to level 5, we have now a project to do from the Leadership Excellence series and 1 of 3 projects from the Successful Club series, and they are Moments of Truth, which was developed here in Arizona by a club years ago called Park Central Toastmasters. So that's one that I think everybody would enjoy. Evaluate to Motivate, or mentoring. Now, mentoring is also a spin program away from level 3. You can still work through level 3, 4, 5 in your pathways. Level 3 introduces mentoring. You actually get a taste for it, I think, in level 2, but definitely gets into it in level 3. So my recommendation might be to choose either Moments of Truth or Elevate to Motivate before jumping into mentoring. So that way we're on the path and pathways of doing that mentoring program. Okay. So now, what are these 3 series? They're effectively from an old book series that we had as Pathways was rolling out. So if you download all of these projects, which the download does go into a zip folder, then you can unpack that. They're all dated from 2017. So just being transparent with that one there. I'll introduce you to 1 of the projects from each one, so that way you can see what they look like and get a feel for what it's going to be asking you to do. And so the first one I'm going to introduce to you from the Successful Club series is the Moments of Truth. So let me show you what that looks like. And again, this is not the only module inside the Successful Club series. There are 11 projects total. This is one that will unpack for you then. What are we looking for when it comes to a distinguished club? You know, that goes from greeting the guests in the room, making sure people were invited, where they follow it up with, were they, seated next to a seasoned Toastmaster so we could explain to them then what's going on within the meeting. And there are other check marks, or check boxes, really not literal ones anymore, but check marks that we look for when it comes to distinguished club. Those topics include the first impressions, which I just went over a few, membership orientation, fellowship, variety, communication, again, were they greeted warmly, that's part of membership and first impressions, but then also were they given more communication both before and after, more after than before. The program planning and meeting organization, how was it structured? Was it just willy-nilly? Did they have a theme? Did they start at the end and work to the beginning? Which, yes, you can do. So there are some fun things we can do with those. Was it a special day, like a visitor's day, or a theme one for, say, a holiday? The strength of the membership, what did it look like? If they have 12 members, did all 12 show up, or did they only have 5? And then achievement recognition, and that's basically the check boxes that they look for when this club developed this program. Inside, it'll take you through what people are looking for, what we should be aware of for our own club, so that way we can become an even stronger club than what it is there. So that is 1 module, again, Moments of Truth from the Successful Club series. Now, the next one I'm going to show you is the beginning your speech from the Better Speaker series book. So this one will go through, and again, the Better Speaker series has 10 different projects altogether within it when you download the zip folder. And again, the links for all these will be down below in the description. This one sets you up to learn how to structure your presentation, especially if it's a longer one, for the things that we've talked about: eye contact, diction, vocal variety, which is loud and soft tones in your speech, and whether or not it's appropriate to add visuals. Some people, for example, like myself, like PowerPoints. Some people like to bring in artifacts for a presentation, like their phone. It depends on what's called for, and sometimes there just doesn't need to be a visual. Guidelines for introducing or for stating your introduction to the audience. Definition and explanation of the description of the presentation. Basically all things we've covered, I think, in level 1 of pathways, but it goes a little bit deeper with it. And these presentations, if I remember correctly, are going to be approximately, and again, I'll put this definition in here too. I believe these are going to be 10 to 15-minute presentations. So we'll need to work with me as your education person this year. If you're doing a presentation from one of these programs, work with the Vice President of Education, because that likely will be the only speech we can schedule that day, which is fine. Think of it as a long-term project. Just, it's one day, but it's longer than just 5 to 7 minutes, okay? That helps you prepare for that, so that's fine. The third presentation I'm going to introduce you to is from the Leadership Excellence series, and that will be called the Visionary Leader. So again, it'll state on the book, well, on the PDF, what the presentation is, and you'll get a description again as to what you're looking to do with this presentation to complete it to get credit. The reason I'm going to put the link back to the FAQ page at the bottom of the description, that's where the modules are described, especially for the Successful Club series. It tells you here in this section for level 3 which of the 4 they would like you to do. So if you decide to work ahead thinking, you know what, I want to learn about finding new members. I know I'm in level 3, really want to do it. You can do that, but you can't get credit for it until you're in level 4. That's the sticking point with this. So please be sure to remember that yes, you could work ahead, but it will not apply until you're at that level. That's why I'm going to put that link down below again for everybody to see. I hope this was somewhat helpful. This is probably going to be something that we all learn together as we go through this year. You know, this is December. We've got 7 more months to go in this year's Toastmaster year. So if you have any questions, please get with your club mentor. Come talk to me, send me an email, a text, a smoke signal. I respond to just about anything, even on social media. Well, get a hold of me and ask me questions about this, and we'll work through it together. Our job is to help you achieve your goals. And this section should not be something that holds you back. I want to make sure that you are propelled forward to be the awesome speaker and club member that you are. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Let your club mentor know. I'll put my email down in the description also there, and shoot me an email, text again, email, smoke signal, doesn't matter. If it's a good enough question, which I'm pretty sure it will be, I'll make a short video out of it so everybody can learn from that. And be sure that you're subscribed to our YouTube channel. Be sure that you smash that bell. That way you'll get a notification when I put up another video. And that way we'll know what's going on. We can all learn from this together. Thanks again for watching. I appreciate your time, and I'll see you at the next time with another video. Take care and have a great day.